Hi, the purpose of this tutorial is if you're one of those many do-it-yourselfers out there who buys these Gadget Infinity Poverty Wizards and you like to use them. They're great, they're wonderful, they have decent range, and they're good for just about everything. Problem is when you want to use these while you're using a flash. So you've got a couple options. Of course, you need a PC sync port. If you got a Nikon flash unit, which this is not, but I do have a couple, so then you got no problem. You connect the included wire, which is over here. Anyway, there's a wire over there. You attach the included wire to the side over there, and then you can trigger it using the regular camera or to the side of your SB unit. However, you are left with this hanging around. You could use a flash bracket and attach this or your primary flash to a flash bracket if you'd like, which I mean, it's not a terrible thing to do. It just means you got a flash bracket. But what if you want to use, you want to just work with this system like this? You got a problem because this is not going to sit really comfortably up here. I've seen someone tape their unit like this. I don't think it looks very good. I don't know how you feel about that. So what I did was I went to a Radio Shack. I bought a battery enclosure. You can see that it's model number 270-411, an enclosed AAA battery holder. Holds 4 AAA batteries. Let's see if you can get that over there. Great. And so what I did was I opened it up, took it apart, and then I opened up my Poverty Wizard, took that apart, and I put the mechanics of it inside there. So I was left with this, which does look pretty decent. It looks almost Pocket Wizardish, and it's square, which means it looks professional, which is important. The wire comes out the back. I attach Velcro to the bottom. Don't use it with this flash unit yet. This new flash I got. Pretty happy with it. And so, right, Velcro on here, Velcro up there. On a Nikon SB unit, this wire is perfect. It goes from here right around to the side of the SB unit, plugs into the side over here, and everything's fine and dandy. It looks very professional. Everything looks cool. Problem is that this unit, this my new Sony A50 has a PC sync port on the body, and this wire doesn't reach. So you lucky people get to watch me make a new one. Today is your lucky day. These things cost about $2, by the way, in a Radio Shack, and it's designed to hold 4 AA batteries. So we're just going to go through the steps of making a neater looking Poverty Wizard. I should have gone through this first. The things you're going to need. You're going to obviously need one of these units, one of these battery holders, and one of these. I don't suggest that you do this if you only own one of these. You should probably own several. Good point. Cheapest place to buy these sets that I have found is a place called Focal Price. It's one of those places in China. They ship for free. I believe it's 15 and change a set, which is the best price I've seen around. I do try to keep up track of the prices, and that was the best price. Hopefully I will have a link on the side of the video where to get it. You have a little bit of soldering knowledge, but not much. You just have to connect 2 wires, and it's nothing complicated. If you've ever soldered anything in your life, or even just twisted 2 wires together, you can probably handle this. I don't suggest you try this at home, of course. Take it to a professional electronics store. Don't do anything yourself for fear of getting sued. Okay, so we take apart this unit. Also rip out these pieces over here. They're small, but they get in the way, and they lose those precious microns, whatever that space is called. Okay, so you slice down to your wire, you've skimmed them down and trimmed them. The next step is very important. Don't forget the step I just did, and I spent a half hour taking my project back apart, which is you open up your project box. That's your empty hole where your on-off switch used to go. You slide your PC Sync wire through that hole. You don't do this now, you're going to kill yourself later. Good, okay? Because later on you're going to want your thing to run out of that hole, your PC Sync, your wire, and you don't want to have to take your project apart again, like I just did. All right, now here is your board. You might here are your two connectors that you disconnected from the hot shoe of the Poverty Wizard. You might want to add a drop of solder to make it easier for you to slide the wires in there. I'm not going to teach you how to solder. If you don't know how to solder yourself, go watch a YouTube video about it, figure it out. The point is you are going to insert these two wires into these two blobs. Doesn't matter which one goes into which blob, thank God. Make sure the blobs never connect themselves, otherwise your trigger will just trigger itself automatically. Make sure they stay separate, make sure there's no way for the wires to connect to each other. I am not going to put this in the video how to solder these two into those blobs because I need to concentrate when I do it. And I can't concentrate while you guys are watching. Okay, we're back. We've soldered our wires into place. So your PC Sync cable is going through your project box, very important. And here's my wires soldered into place. You can see those, that's good. Make sure they're pretty sturdy because they are going to get yanked on occasionally. You don't want them coming out, especially not in the middle of a job. Alright, also make sure that two metal parts are not touching in any way, shape, or form. Otherwise your thing will trigger at random, which is not something you want happening. Alright, good. Next step to do, very important, is to test your triggers. Take your handy dandy receiver right here. Good. And first of all, you're going to attach your battery, just like this. Right, okay, should work okay. And now you should push your test button and see if it flashes, which it does, so that's good. That means you're firing, that's good. Now we're going to test if the PC Sync port works. To do that, we're going to simply connect the inside and outside metal contacts over here. The easiest thing I happen to use right over here is the other end of my cable that I chopped off earlier in the project. I'm just going to shove that in there, and that should trigger the flash. All right, so you can see that when I did that, you should be able to see a flash right there. It's in the wrong direction. I'll wait for you to focus. It's okay. Good boy. Okay. Now you should be able to see this flash right over here when I connect these two. There you go. Good. Okay. So the good news is our project is still working. We pull our piece back over here, wire. Great. That should fit in a little better. Should be a little room for the battery. Let's try to run your cabling in between these two dividers over here. Hopefully that'll be a snag point in case you yank too hard, which would suck because if you yank too hard and disconnect your wires, you are going to be stuck at a job with nothing. Now let's install our battery. I'm trying to remember how I did this well last time. Okay, after you shove this piece in, make sure before you put your lid on that your transmitter is still firing. Okay, so it looks like our battery is making contact, that's good. And now we put our project lid on. And you might have to squeeze it pretty tight to get it closed, but hopefully you don't break anything important. Alright, now you can actually test the button by pushing in the middle because for some reason right in the middle there's the button, you can reach it, so that's good, so you can push that. Let's get our screw back in there. Screw it on. And there you go, you've gone from ugly looking Gadget Infinity trigger this right here into this slick-looking box with a PC sync wire coming out of it. And you can test sometimes by pushing this into this box, depending on how well you built yours. Alright, you can see mine wasn't built very well because when I push that button it flashes. Alright, and also whenever you need to test it, you just put your PC sync and touch together with any two pieces of metal. Right over there you can see that, and here I'm going to touch these two together. Bing, fires. And of course you can attach Velcro to this end, that side, whatever side you prefer to connect your Velcro to. This is your sleek looking box. Enjoy.